everyone. Welcome to this week's Karma Cards. It is a big week in energy. This is April 10th. This is the week that we had the total solar eclipse, new moon, comet, alien spacecraft. I don't know. So much happened on April 8th. That was on Monday. And so much was built up around it, right? There was a lot of people really hyping this up. This is a big event. And some people feel a little disappointed after it's happened, as if that was a nothing burger. I'm usually one of those people that gets kind of hyped up and excited, but this time I definitely regulated myself before coming into this event, understanding that we might not see anything, but we're definitely going to feel it. And man, we're feeling it. I want to show you something that's happening. You've probably seen it. I'm going to put it here on my phone. That's the Schumann resonance right there. And see those two black bars between all of that white? So all of that white is where the Schumann resonance is jumping around in a big way. And the black represents, oh my gosh, do you see that? Okay, look at the top of my phone where my camera is. That's where all those pictures that it's constantly taking of us, that's proof right there that your phone's always watching. Oh, and it stopped as soon as I said it. Go back and look. You'll see my phone was taking photos. Anyway, sorry, off topic. The black bars represent timeline jumps, and we had 2 in a row. So we've, amid all these Schumann resonance spikes, there it goes again. Amid all the Schumann resonance spikes, we've got these 2 black bars. So big energy is coming through. And that's what came through when I channeled the Arcturians. Every spirit circle they've been coming through. And of course, they came through on the spirit circle that happened on April 8th. And they indeed let us know that we're jumping timelines. We're in a higher frequency already now. It's already underway. And what's most important is sort of regulating yourself so that you can stay in alignment with it, because we're getting high doses of energy now. And these high doses of energy, we've been getting high doses of energy. So I don't want to make it sound like it hasn't been happening before this point. It definitely has, but we're going to get steady, regular, increasing energy. And they said you want to be able to ride this and feel the positive effects of this energy rather than the negative. And the way that we do that is we have to make sure that we're aligning ourselves to the higher aspects of this energy, which would release those sort of bliss sensations, that higher frequency bliss, contentment, joy, deep feelings of safety, energy. And that comes from what you're focusing on, right? So if you're focusing on what you're grateful for, if you're focusing on what you're appreciating, if you're focusing on what you want to focus on, you're going to be feeling the positive effects of this high level of energy coming through. If you end up focusing in on the things that you don't want, if you're being influenced by negative stories that are designed to lower your frequency, then you're going to be feeling more of the anxiety that builds up with this high level of energy that's coming in. So that's something for us to pay attention to and be aware of. And we're going to receive more doses of solar energy coming in here now. And the way that the Arcturians describe it is sort of unfiltered. If you want to hear the actual messages I have been getting from the Arcturian Council, check out my podcast, Modern Mystic Soul. You can find it on any podcasting platform. I am saving all of the channeled messages that come through during the spirit circles, and I'm putting the excerpts on my podcast so that you can hear them as well. So that's something worth checking out. And now I want to get to the message this week from my team in spirit. And it's kind of in alignment to what I just talked about choosing to ride this frequency on and experience the higher levels of energy. There's a lot of astrology that also happened with this total solar eclipse that was talking about these transformation energies coming through and a delay, if you will. We're in a delayed reaction period. And what I mean by that is we're fully under Mercury retrograde at this time. I think we're there until about the 26th or so of April. So that acts like a delay energy because it causes us to have to slow down or review or do over something that we're working with. It affects communication. It can affect business. It causes us to have to, like, a lot of times during Mercury retrogrades, for example, links to, like, if you're sending an email and you have links in it, the links won't work and you'll have to resend it. That's very common. Things go missing, emails go missing, text messages go missing, or you thought you answered it because you answered it in your mind and you didn't actually answer it in reality. So stuff like that's happening. So that can cause a delay right there. And then we've got Mars in conjunction with Saturn right now. And we're with this for a little bit, this conjunction. So Mars is our planet of action, and it likes to get things done, right? It's once it feels the impulse, it wants to take action. Saturn conjoined with Mars really slows Mars down. So there's a lot of delay, a lot of thinking it over, a lot of contemplation, which is good for us. You know, it makes you really stop and consider your choices before you take action on them, which is good. But for wanting things to move forward, for those people who are like, I got stuff to do and I'd like my life to continue and I'm waiting for this answer, you might find that you're in a place of delay, which may cause frustrations. And so rather than get bunched up, and that's, I know it's easier said than done, but rather than get bunched up over any delay that's happening, the message is to relax and enjoy the slowness, right? Enjoy the slowness of life. Stop and smell the flowers. Literally, it's spring, you know, especially in the northern hemisphere, it's spring. Stop and enjoy the flowers. And it's one of these things where it might feel in, you might feel in alignment with that. You're like, yeah, great, I'll slow down and enjoy the flowers, which if you are, that's fantastic. You're doing exactly what you're supposed to do. If you find yourself in conflict with this message, that slowing down doesn't feel like an option right now, the Arcturians and my team confirmed that we're getting dosed with a lot of energy at this time. And so the slowing down is of our benefit because we are getting acclimated to a higher level of energy again. And it might feel like you have the energy to get things done or be really focused, but they're advising that we only operate at about 40% of our capacity right now, which means don't take on more than you have to. Don't load your calendar up. Don't promise to do things over and above what you already have to do. It's a time period for taking it slow. And a big part of that is so you can acclimate and get used to this energy, to see how you're handling it, to be able to pay attention to the thoughts that you're thinking so that you can experience the blissful energies that are coming through rather than getting thrown into the stress and the overwhelm. Because like I said, this is, imagine we were here in energy and now we're up here. This is a higher band of energy. So your experience of stress and anxiety down here is one thing. Your experience of it up here will be quite different. It's more high key, if that makes sense. So it feels really kind of frenetic. And so it's going to feel better if we can manage our thoughts and continue to focus on the direction we desire to go in, focus on what's working, focus on the gratitude, appreciation, focus on the life you intend to create so that you can feel that high vibrational bliss energy coming through. And so the message might seem simple. Hopefully it feels like something you can tap into. I've noticed that if I just take stock in my present moment, that's really helpful for me, meaning like I do my present moment checklist about what I can be grateful for right now. So if I were to do that right now, I am grateful that my microphone's on and working. I'm grateful that I get to do this video and talk to you. I'm grateful that we're going to have a really yummy dinner following this. I'm grateful that the sun came out. I'm grateful that I have a little sun catcher over here above my head, and the sun's hitting it just right. So I'm getting those little tiny crystal rainbows. I love that. Just there's so many things. I got a new notebook just came for my spirit circles. I'm super excited about that. So I'm just stopping from time to time and checking in with what's happening presently and looking for things that I can feel appreciation and gratitude for. And that's helping me stay calm. And so when things aren't going the way I'd like them to go, because I am one of those people who wants to go, go, go. I've got a lot of Aries in my chart. I've got, a lot of air and fire. Those are quick moving energies. And so I want to go, go, go. But when I stop to appreciate, it helps me to relax and it helps me to stay grounded. It helps me to stay focused because it's so easy right now. We're being offered such strong contrasts, if you will. We're being offered these super high vibrational spiritual energies that they feel so good when you tap into them. And then we're also being offered a strong contrast to that with a lot of heavy, dark things kind of coming to light and to the surface on the planet of how things are operating and how messed up it really is. And so it's easy to get caught up in how messed up it is and really let that kind of take you down, activate that anxiety energy. And so we've really got to be clear about what we're focusing on right now, because both are true. There's two things happening, right? There really is this intense high level spiritual energy coming in, then there really is a hot mess being exposed. And it's good that it's being exposed, and it's good that it's out there and that people are seeing it. And people are constantly every day now waking up to new aspects of it, either the ones that they haven't seen yet, or they're finally seeing the stuff that's been out there and they're like, oh wait, oh my God, that's not a conspiracy. That's really happening. So it's easy to kind of get pushed and pulled around by energy right now, unless you're consciously choosing what you're focusing on. And so this is just a loving reminder to focus on what you desire and focus on what's working, because we will expand that energy as we focus on it. We'll expand it in our own life, but then we can help expand it in the world itself. And with that, let's look at this week's karma cards. Okay. If you're new to karma cards, let me quickly show you how these work. I have 3 decks here: planets, signs of the zodiac, and the houses of astrology. And I've already asked my team, what is the message you have this week? And I've got 2 sets of answers: a set in red, which are action related, and a set in blue, which are outcome related. And the way that you play is you tune in with your beautiful intuition and feel what is the guidance you're looking for this week. Are you looking for the action related guidance that can come up, or how things are resolving over the next 7-day period? And of course, you can always choose both. And while you're choosing, let me tell you the timing for this reading. This reading is for April 10th through the 17th. And the flavor of this reading. Okay. So we've got the moon. Moon's all about our emotions and how we're feeling about the situation we're in. So we're being asked to really feel. That's the sort of the dynamic that we're being asked to work with at this time. In the sign of Leo, which is talking about the way we lead, the way that we are in touch with our sovereignty and our creativity and sort of taking our space. In the 5th house, which is the fun house, which happens to be ruled by Leo. So there's a lot of Leo energy in this reading this week. So for those who are choosing action, your spiritual action at this time is to defend leadership with the trust of a child. What I get here is, remember, you're a creator being. You're in charge. This can be really tricky. And one level, I think that's easy to agree with. And on another level, when we're at that collective level, we're like, how am I in charge? We're playing a multifaceted game, but the first level, or the most important level, or the level you have the most power at, is the personal level of your life. You're writing this story. What do you want it to be? Right? So it goes back to what you're focusing on and what you believe you want to create in this life. If you need to see the struggle, you're going to write that into your story. If you want this to be easier, or if you want to feel more alignment, you're going to create that in your story. And with the trust of a child means I know it in my heart, right? I don't doubt that I'm the leader. I don't doubt that I'm the creator of my reality. I am the one creating it. Yes, we also work on a collective level. So, you hear people talk about main character energy. Some of this is like, yeah, be the main character. You are the main character in your story, and you're in a collective story as well. But this is talking about being in that place of leadership in your own life. Mental action at this time: accept the creativeness of fun, romance, and making art. Yeah, just like the team was saying, this is one of those weeks where they would recommend stopping and smelling the flowers. Taking it easy doesn't mean you're doing nothing. It just means that you're not forcing things into action. You're not trying to push the boulder up the hill right now. You are resting, but that rest doesn't necessarily mean nothing is happening. It means that you're focused on sort of the ease of, I don't have to make a decision right now. It's the feeling of vacation, really, in a way, which is ironic because this is a spring break period for a lot of people. So there are a lot of people vacationing, and maybe you're vacationing this week and it just sort of works out that this message lands right in the middle of your vacation, in which, of course, do what you're going to do. But for those of us who are back to work or back to our regular routine, we're being asked to just slow it down and take it easy, and get excited about taking it easy. I mean, taking it easy doesn't mean you have to turn off. It just means you're not trying to get an outcome. You're not trying to force things to move forward. You're allowing what is, just like if you were playing a board game. You're playing a board game for the fun of it, not because anything big really happens at the end of it. Sure, someone wins, but that means nothing if you think about it. It's just for fun. And so this is about understanding that even times of even playing board games can teach you something deeper about yourself. Even having fun and going for a walk can show you some depth, right? There's a creativity in rest as well. And we're being asked to accept that at this time. Right? Physical action at this time: let your feelings tell you how to do what you want, and to do it dramatically. If this is not the most Leo statement, I don't know what it is. Okay, so if you took the pressure of things having to move off of yourself, and you just got to almost sort of stop time and enjoy your life and do whatever it was you want to do, what would that look like? What would it look like if you could stop time right now and do whatever you wanted? Your feelings can show you how to do that. There's something, might be having a luxurious bath, might be taking a nap, might be sitting down and finally writing out something that's been in the back of your mind. It might be reading a great book. There's so many ways that this could express itself. But if it wasn't for this feeling of time's moving on and I've got to do something, what would you do instead? Tap into that energy and let it guide you and show you what's trying to come out in a very gentle and soft way right now. So now let's look at outcomes with the moon in Leo in the 5th house or the fun house. Spiritual outcome at this time: the nurturing of self-confidence to create the power of love. So they're letting us know that this period where they're asking us to just take some downtime, to slow down, relax, smell the flowers, enjoy yourself right now, is crucial to understanding yourself more deeply. A lot of times, again, when things are in motion or in action, we sort of feel like a choice has been made and we're just working towards an end right now. We've already made a choice, where when we slow down and stop and enjoy ourselves, it lets us kind of tap in with, who am I right now? What do I want right now? And the ability to hear that and do our best to meet that need creates a sense of homeostasis within us, actually. It creates this alignment to our true self, to our authentic self at this time, which naturally boosts. your self-confidence. And the more confident you feel, the more assured you feel, the more relaxed you are, the more easy it is to allow. And a lot of times that energy of allowing feels a lot like love, especially when other people are around. When you're just allowing what is, that feels like a very loving energy. And so that's what they're saying, this allowing yourself to be where you are, allowing yourself to tap into it, creates more allowing around you, which activates the power of love. Mental outcome at this time, feelings caused by taking a chance on investments, gambles, and other games. It's interesting because it doesn't really note the type of feelings. So I feel like there's a variety of feelings that can come up from allowing yourself to stop, take a break, and kind of go off the regularly scheduled program, or like really dial it down this week. Could create some feelings of deep relief, contentment, joy. On the positive side, could create feelings of nervousness or anxiety or worry that things are going to fall apart if I'm not constantly doing it, and somewhere in between as well. So it's just this whole variety of energy about, are you the kind of person that can stop and slow down? If you are, this week's easy for you, and you're probably hanging out on the relaxed side. And if you're not, if you're a person who sort of needs to control the situation, needs things to go a certain way, has to keep on a dime, keep the train going, if you will, this might cause you to feel that sort of restless, nervous, or anxious energy. And to be aware of, to maybe go deeper with those thoughts. If those are the thoughts that are coming up, why do I believe I have to keep moving to keep life going? And just investigate that. Physical outcome at this time, reactions resulting from the impressiveness of your creations. Like I said, if you allow yourself to take this time, you're going to notice some really new energy coming in. Again, energy can sometimes come in subtly. Sometimes it comes in as like headaches, tiredness, drowsiness, all the ascension symptoms we're used to. Other times there is this sort of subtle increase in energy that can come in as well. So there's so many different things that can be learned in this period of taking it easy, of slowing down, of enjoying yourself, of not trying to force an outcome, but allowing what is. So much information is going to come up here. Possibly about, maybe there's a better way to do things. Maybe I'm doing too much. Maybe I am not connecting to myself enough and checking in with my own needs. Maybe I'm doing great and I actually stress more than I need to because things are actually pretty good. If I actually give myself a chance to stop and smell the roses and see what I've got, things are better than the story I'm telling myself. There's so much information to come up from quieting and slowing down that I think we'll learn that slowing down and taking a break isn't a period where we're out of tune. In fact, it's oftentimes a period where we're more in tune, and those ahas that you're looking for, the answers you've been seeking, they always come when we slow down and take a break. And I think this week is going to offer a lot of insight to us if we allow ourselves to heed the call to take a break, slow it down, enjoy ourselves, and focus on what we desire to create. I think we're going to be in awe of what it is we're actually creating. And with that, I'm giving you so much love. Mwah. Have a beautiful week.